Hey, what's up? It's your girl Linz, dropping another video. If you don't know who I am, I'm really new to the platform, trying to grow my channel, trying to you know spread awareness about narcissism and narcissistic abuse because obviously if you've watched my previous videos, I'm in the process of still you know trying to get out. It's been hell. Um, but I'm trying to let people know from my point of view. I'm no expert. I would never, portray to be one. I'm just telling you my story and just letting you know, like, you know what, you deserve better. But so real quick, if if you've watched my if you've watched my previous videos, and I was talking about I found a new apartment. Well, I was cleaning the apartment the other day, like last week, and the lady that lived there before was just filthy. I mean, it's like it looked like she had never cleaned a day in her life. Filthy. Not to mention, I'm just looking around now. Yeah, everything could be cleaned. And I'm a cleaner. That's what I do for a living. But it's not the cleaning that really bothered me. I'm looking around going, oh my God, look at these floors. All of the floors, the kitchen floor, the bedroom floor, they need to be ripped up, replaced. The carpeting needs to be ripped up, replaced. It's disgusting. The heaters, like the ducts, rusted. I mean, it really needs a lot of updates, and I don't know if the landlord's going to be willing to do all that. So, and I do love my apartment, although I do love that apartment is right next door to my mom, which would be much more convenient. But and also, I really do want to just stay where I'm at. Now it's just a matter of getting him out. So, fingers crossed. Wish me luck, because it was a real tough thing last time. I had to get an eviction notice from my landlord to get him out last time. So anyways, the topic of my video today is narcissists and their cell phones. The one thing in my experience, with my narc, he will be on his phone 24/7. 24/7. Always has it on silent. And face down usually, red flag. And they lock it up like Fort Knox. They got every kind of security code, pattern, face recognition you can have on it. Now why? Tell me. Someone please tell me why you got all that and you got your phone on silent. It's always face down if you got nothing to hide. Well, I guess you could say it's because they just love you not knowing anything about them. But either way, it's suspect to me. So, not only that, I think that's where they do all their dirt, obviously. Like, they have text-free numbers and all that. But, I know because, when I had him evicted last time and I got him out, I blocked him on everything because he just wouldn't stop texting or calling. He would text and, oh, how's the baby, blah blah blah. Yeah, okay, like you really give a shit about that. But I did notice that once I blocked him, like, from text calling me, he started calling me from restricted, and then started texting me from a different number, which obviously I don't think he has another phone. I wouldn't put it past him, but they got all those text-free numbers that you can use. He started texting me through there. Clearly had nothing to do with the baby. Got to the point where I actually said, you know what, like, we are only going to communicate through email from now on. That's it. I'm not dealing with this bullshit anymore. You texting, keep calling. So clearly it was, not about the baby. He just wanted to see what I was doing. But back to the phone. another huge red flag, okay, that I didn't realize when he first started, but when we had a really first, like, really big blowout argument, my son was only like a few months old, and I went out with the girls, had a girls' night, you know, nothing special. Like, I didn't stay out late, and well, I get home and he's pissed off. Pissed off because he had to be home with the baby. Pissed off because I went out in general, and the baby was crying the whole time I was gone, apparently. Whatever. So anyway, at that point in time, he was still playing Xbox like every day. That's all he did, like when he got out of work. So yeah, you're right. I tried to smash his Xbox with a hammer. I did. Yep. Because he got me completely out of character. He triggered me in just the right ways, in all the right ways, because they know how to trigger you. So what does he do? He pulls out his phone and lets me know he's recording me, because apparently you have to let the person know they're being recorded. That was the first time he did that. Then I started noticing every single time he would provoke me, trigger me in some kind of way to get a reaction, to take me out of character, here he goes pulling out his phone, hitting record. Yep. And so in my head, I'm like, all right, what are you recording this for? Well, clearly because as part of the smear campaign, because they tell everyone you're crazy anyways. So now they're going to have, it's going to look like you're crazy. But what they don't record is how they're triggering you and why you're reacting that way. They only hit record once you react. But also, I think he thinks in his head that when we go to court for, custody, that he's going to be able to pull out his phone and show the judge. But it don't work like that. And you know what? I really don't care. At first, I was like, damn, I do look kind of crazy, but it is what it is. Like, I don't think it's that easy. And from what I've been told from people who've been through it, like, the judge won't even acknowledge it. He'll say, nope, irrelevant or whatever, but I don't think that they can use, you can use show video content or text unless, like, it goes to trial. So, yeah, that's definitely, their cell phones, they will take into the bathroom with them. They will never, ever leave it unattended. So real quick story, I gotta get into work here. But, so when we first got together, like, obviously he had his own phone, but he didn't have, like, an actual plan. He would just, like, use Wi-Fi. Like, okay, like, that's weird. So I got a new line put on my account and added his phone to it. Well, for so long, obviously, I had access to see, like, who he was texting, who he was calling. I couldn't read the text, but, I had that access. And my mistake was, when I asked a couple times, when I seen it, like, a couple of numbers that were, like, I'm like, who, back and forth text, like, who is this? And he's like, oh, what? You're looking at my phone? I'm like, looking in your phone? How can I look in your phone when it is locked? Okay, when you have it on you 24/7. Think about that one, duh. So, anyway, he wanted to get a new phone because he's very materialistic. He's got to have the newest of everything, including phones or any electronics. But so anyway, I guess he said his phone, he had cracked the screen. The crack was like this big. It wasn't even like that noticeable. So I'm like, well, and at that point I also had my daughter still on my account as well, my daughter's phone. So there was an upgrade available. And what I did was, when I got a new phone, I used her upgrade for that. Now, before he was talking about using, he said he was going to get a new phone and he was going to get his own account. I'm like, what? Like, oh, actually, no, I take that back. He said he was going to get a new phone, but he didn't say he was going to get his own account. Okay? So, all of a sudden, like, he got his new phone, and I get this weird number, and I'm like, what the heck? So then, like, he texted, like, this is my new number. I go, what do you mean new number? And I realized that his phone is not on my account, and I'm like, you got a new account? Your line is still, you still owe money on that line on my account that I'm still gonna have to pay for this. And like, it's like $100 and something to, to disconnect, to pay it off and then disconnect the line. I'm not paying that. I'm like, what? You're not paying that? That's what you owe on the phone. He's like, my phone's paid off. I'm like, I don't care. The line, that money is, you still have to pay. So he, kept saying whatever, he's not paying. I said, you know what, whatever. Then I'll do it, whatever. I don't give a shit. But the point is, he went to those Great Lakes, I believe, just so I didn't have access to anything to do with his phone at all. And I'm just saying, watch out for, things like that. It really is just, it's really sad, that just they have to deal with this bullshit. So hopefully, I'm working on getting out, because Lord knows that I can't take any more. I cannot take any more of this, gaslighting, these constant insults, lies. I'll go into detail more. Like, I'll keep you updated and everything. But I have to go to work now. But if you like my video, you like my content, like, subscribe, share. If you got any questions, I'd love to hear some feedback. Anything at all. Leave a comment. But I'll catch you next time. Have a good day.